lot of people feel low in their spirit, and they're okay physically. They're okay, to get up and do what they need to do and function,
Mm-hmm.
but they're low in their spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, but it's ever since the election. Ever since the election, a lot of people are low in their spirit, and I'm not saying that they were that involved in the election. It was the disappointment in what the country decided to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it hit a lot of people, especially black people, brown people, but other people I'm sure as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I noticed?
What's that?
It's 2025 and people still got their Harris wall signs.
Yeah.
They were like, listen, y'all ain't blaming me for what's coming.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole lot of signaling to people to say I'm safe versus I'm not safe.
People are still,
I'm in
not
support,
mad.
but I'm not in support.
I'm not mad. And the only thing I'm saying, it's we went into this thing feeling heavy.
Yeah.
And I can only offer what has continued to get me through. I was not affected.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I was not affected. It hit me too, but it was then, and I know then wasn't that long ago. But yesterday, good as 10 years ago, because it's the past.
Mm.
Ain't nothing you could do about it. It done come and it done gone. Your only thing is to deal with the right now that you got. You got great hope for the future. I know I do, but I always do.
Right.
Always do.
Right.
And that's, I always do, because I know at the end of the day, everything that I always talk about life, stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. Life is going to go up, fortunes, good times, and just as sure as the sunset, it's going to go down. If you ride individually with your fortunes, then you might not be able to get back up when it's going to go down. Because even when it's go down, the one inevitability is it's going to go back up. Are you going to still be here for it? That's the question. Keep yourself in the middle. When things are going great, thank you, Father. Stay right in the middle. Keep going. Things ain't going so good. Thank you, Father. Stay right in the middle. Keep going. All you got to do is stay as close to that middle as you can. Because if you ride the wave of life, you might have the energy to enjoy it while it's going up, but do you have the stamina, the wherewithal, and the intestinal fortitude to ride down and then stay on when it comes back up? Because it will.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to be
You
here.
got to stay tuned.
You got to stay
You got to
tuned.
stick with it.
You gotta. You got no choice. You got no choice. So I understand, but give yourself some grace. It's all right. Take the time that you need. You done?
You cannot ask you cannot ask people who are not familiar with it. So I am familiar with you done. I am familiar with that, and that's fine. But in this particular space, this is like so different than what people who have had the experience and people who don't know what this feels like and how to navigate this. People are really having a tough time with it, and
they are.
I don't want to gloss over that. And I also want to open up a means of communication with people so that we could talk these things out, so that we don't have to experience some of the things that we have experienced in the last several hours, because it wasn't just the things that took place in our city. If you paid attention to what was going across the country, people are unwell, and we need to see about our people.
We're gonna talk about it. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about
All day long.
Stick and stay, y'all. Don't go nowhere. We're gonna see you on the other side of the break.
Leo Jackson, host of Sunday Gospel here every Sunday morning, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 12 o'clock till 2 p.m. You don't want to miss this move of God. It happens only on WBOK. You listen to all day long.
Good morning. I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. More than 48 hours after a terror attack on Bourbon Street, tributes are growing for the 14 people who lost their lives on New Year's Day. The New Orleans Police Department placed 14 yellow roses on the historic street and held a second line before reopening Bourbon to pedestrians ahead of the Sugar Bowl. Before kickoff, there was a moment of silence inside the Caesars Superdome. Football fans from across America paid their respects to the victims, and now a memorial grows at the scene of the horrific attack. Unfortunately, some families are still waiting to hear from their loved ones after Wednesday's attack. If you're looking for a loved one right now, you can call this number and hopefully get some help. That number is 504-539-3266. You have a chance to help the victims of the Bourbon Street terrorist attack by rolling up your sleeve. The Blood Center and New Orleans EMS are holding a blood drive from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Blood Center headquarters on Canal. All of the donor centers throughout the southeast Louisiana area and portions of Mississippi will be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Uber is offering up to $40 in credits to get you to the Blood Center. Just enter the promo code DONATE-NOLA in the promotion section. And the United Way of Southeast Louisiana is launching a fundraiser to help those impacted by Wednesday's attack. 100% of the funds raised will provide resources to families affected by the tragic events. If you would like to donate to help out the families and victims, you can find that link on our website. That's WDSU.com. I'm Daryl Forges.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Greetings, WBOK family. This is Jason Clark, host of United Way and You. Be sure to tune in next Thursday at 12 p.m. when we'll be speaking with Melanie Richardson, co-founder and executive director of Training Grounds, a United Way funded partner. The topic will be the We Play, We Connect Family Resource Hub. Please tune in if you're able. Until then, we only have one life to live, so live united.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
come together. And this is the time that we should make things better. I'm so tired, I just can't take it. I'm surrounded by so much hatred. We're dying faster than we're waiting. We got to stop the bullshit now. We've got to make it right.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Sometimes too much. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree.
Brother Justin, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass. Y'all getting it started in 2025. Happy New Year.
Yeah, I wasn't in disagreement with the sentiment. It is what it is.
Hey, it's going to always be that way.
My
yes,
goodness.
indeed. No, that one slipped in on us, but that's all right.
It was,
That's what we do. Yep, there we go. Got a
Ooh.
little something new for you, which we'll talk about at some point in the near future. It's Free Your Mind Friday, y'all, so get your brass up. 504-582-9422 is the number. Thank you for holding on, Brother Melvin. How you doing?
Hey, Happy New Year to you, Brother Mims. I want to
Brother
say
Mims,
something.
how you doing, baby?
Good morning.
Yes, I'm 71 years old.
Happy birthday to you.
And listen, the village ain't the same. It ain't going to be the same. And this is the new normal. Because let me say this to you. The late Kathleen Blanco, I worked for the civil sheriff for 20 years, and serving restraining orders and things. I've been shot in line of duty, been stabbed, and people don't want to take care of their children. That was just the tip of the iceberg of what was going to happen, and I'm living in it now. Let me say this to you. The parents, I work at the Roosevelt Bar, security. Now I got a good retirement, but I was tired of watching Young and the Restless and things because I was getting bored, man. And I had to do something. So, I meet a lot of people from all over the world. But let me say this to you. I see parents out there with their children smoking weed and doing drugs, and I'm seeing 15-year-olds that they want them to come in the bar while they drink. I say, ma'am, we can't do that. Well, why? You can turn your back. What I'm trying to say is the village is not the same. Not that everybody doesn't change, but the village ain't the same. When I was coming up, Mims, ain't you that Mims boy? What you doing around here? And they had no cell phone. By the time I got home, Mama say, what you doing around there? And what I'm trying to say is, my brother, this is what some of the parents have done. Parents, 15-year-olds out at 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, and I see it. So what I'm saying is, we gotta buckle down because this is the new normal. I hate to say that, but it's what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you for that, Brother Man. Happy New Year to you,
I love
baby.
you, man. Listen, you take care.
You do too.
If you're in the neighborhood, holler at me.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate you, man.
All right, my brother.
All right, bro. Later. Yes, indeed, man. It's the new year.
It is.
2025. And for some, it ain't that. I mean, for most people, it really ain't changed. It's just another day. You had a day off and you get up and go to work.
Yeah.
Get up and go to work. Happy New Year.
2025. Yeah. That is, so this is my 25th year of being a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, right?
Congratulations.
It'll be April 9th. And when you think in terms of 25 years, I've been out of high school 30 years, and that seems like a long time ago, but seems like yesterday at the same time.
It was, because it's all the past. It's all in one place. It's all in one place. If you think about it, if you try to stretch it out, but when you look back, everything's back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff that happened yesterday and the stuff that happened 15, 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
It's really crazy. But with regard to like the community never being the same, you can say that if you don't have the desire for it to be.
Well, no,
the
I
same.
understand. Yeah, because
Like,
Brother Mim's been out there for a long
Yeah.
time, and in the work and doing this, and this, I get it, because what I hear is sadly resignation, and because I know the brother's been fighting for a long time, and I just hear the weariness.
Yeah, you
And-
get
and
tired.
and it's just like, because he called it the new norm. I had never heard him say that before, and that in and of itself, while it's scary, may be much accurate, because you have to raise yours today, not only the way you want them to be raised, but you also have to raise them with an awareness of how the rest of the world is, which means exposing them to the fact that everybody ain't your friend, and people are just don't have the same values that you are putting into your children. And sometimes they see kids, young people, or anybody with those type of values as weak or as targets, as suckers. So it's a balancing act that you're going to have to, because the world has changed.
It has.
There's no question.
But in its change, it has remained the same.
Oh, that's my point.
And so while there are things that we're seeing that may have happened before, we have access to seeing these things go on, because specifically speaking to what happened in our city, where we had a citizen, because I want to be very clear about this, because somebody called earlier on the earlier show when I was listening to Dr. Wyatt and OT was saying that we need to tighten up our borders. This wasn't a border situation. This was somebody who was homegrown, and just
Wait,
like
borders?
yeah,
About the French Quarter thing?
yeah.
What are they talking about the borders
They were
for?
saying that we need to strengthen up our borders, because even though he didn't come through, he might have been a product of somebody who came through the borders. And to that person, I say, you sound like them white people, and you sound like them white people. And I'm gonna go, and I hope he's listening right now. I'm gonna go further and say this person was homegrown, spent 10 years in the United States military, and Steve Scalise, you horrible individual, you recommending or even suggesting that the person got into the military because of DEI, sir. If it wasn't for DEI, you would be unalived right now, because somebody helped you when you got shot in the face. So I need for people to be very careful about your language and your messaging. This was domestic terrorism, just like Kyle Rittenhouse, just like Dylan Roof, just like the Oklahoma bomber, just like the Boston Marathon bomber. All of these things are acts of domestic terrorism that America, specifically white people in America, and some others who have subscribed to the white ideologic thinking of white Americans, that this is somebody else's problem, when in fact this is a homegrown problem right here in the United States. These are not people who got radicalized before they came here. This person was born here. Oh, and let's not forget the white ISIS insurrection, people who participated in that as well. White domestic terrorism. This person happens to be, people of color. I told y'all, it's not that for me. It was somebody who is a darker hue than pasty pale mayonnaise who committed an atrocious crime. This is domestic terrorism, just like the other acts of domestic terrorism that happens on the soil of the U.S. So we got to be careful about our language. We got to be careful about our messaging and call things a thing, regardless of who gets offended, because unless that person is like shaken out of the daydream that everything is okay, they're going to think that everything is okay for you because you sat there and went like, okay, everything is fine.
So somebody said that this was a border thing? This
Somebody
was an
said that
immigration
we
thing?
need to shore up, we need to strengthen up the borders too, because New
yeah.
Orleans is a sanctuary city. But again, I want to say that this person drove from Texas, was
Well,
a
that's
Texan
I don't.
born there. That
Okay.
has nothing to do with
Yeah.
the borders.
That's two different conversations.
Get your life in order.
I don't. No, that's no. I've seen the photograph. I haven't been, honestly. It's too much.
Yeah.
But I will point something out though. I got a picture of the guy
Mm-hmm.
from a friend of mine in Texas
Okay.
who was following this and oh my God, this is blah blah blah. And I was not really, yeah, it's a tragedy, but I wasn't on the CNN or nothing
weren't
like that.
high
Trying to,
alert.
I wasn't trying to find out more. So she sent the picture, right? And I'm like, oh, damn.
Because you thought he was.
Okay. I was, when I heard about what happened, I just pictured Rich Cunningham. I just knew it was going to be another McVeigh. And you are another McVeigh, who's also a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
That's Oklahoma City. That's another big act of domestic terrorism. But when I saw the dude, saw the picture, I said, okay, then he's got a Arabic name,
Mm-hmm.
probably practices the Muslim faith. And there was a moment when I said, damn, we're going to get blamed too. Because you had melanin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to lie. When I saw,
they're going to throw that on us too.
But the point I was making when I saw that was, since then, I've seen his photograph on the news shows on several different networks, and I would bet you a fat man that once again, they have darkened his picture. Now that's being, I'm saying, now you go find it for yourself. But I'm telling you, just like they did on the Time magazine cover with OJ, if you remember, they purposely darkened his features, his skin, because for whatever reason, that's more menacing. It's more convincing. I don't know what the reason was. When Time did it, they were taken to task for it. They said, blamed it on some kind of coloring mechanical error or some bullcrap. Yeah, it was a lie. But that's why I was saying. So if you ask me why, they never gave a reason as to what positive benefits to a magazine cover or positive benefits to, or any benefits at all, comes from darkening the skin color. Gracie said, yeah, I thought the same thing. They darken the skin. And can I tell you, I've got the memo in my pocket to show where the director told the art director to darken? No, I don't. But I know what my eyes see. I know the first picture I saw before it got widely distributed. The dude looked melanated. There's no question.
Mm-hmm.
He looked melanated. And by the time I saw him on TV, I was like, hey, if he's dead, why he got a tan? So I just, my all of my attention and the things that I gave to spend time on this was to the families of the people, 15 victims and 30 other people whose lives will be changed forever because of this guy. Whatever your ideology was, it's no more respect for what you do than I have for McVeigh or Roof or any of the other psychopaths that believe that whatever gripe that they have with society or the government or somebody in general can be addressed by the wholesale slaughter of innocent people. And I don't subscribe to that. I cannot get behind that, as it's ridiculous. I don't care how you look. I don't care what your reason is. If them people didn't do you nothing, then what you doing to them? I'm sorry. That's just no. You got a beef with the government, right? Who is the general that screwed you? Who is the, what? I don't know what happened in your life. But if you can trace it back, did them people in the court have anything to do with it?
No.
Then that's all I'm saying.
We all know that was a no.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you not to do whatever it is your sick, twisted brain telling you to do, but don't do it to nobody that had nothing to do with you. And people had nothing to do with it. I'm enjoying a weekend, holiday, middle of the week. So, and then my man in Vegas, another veteran, another American,
a Trump supporter, yet again. That has been confirmed. Registered Republican veteran, and Trump supporter.
And I don't. What is that showing? He's dead too. Both of the people who did it, who could only offer the explanation why they did it, they're dead. In them.
Oh. Wait a minute.
And not to get Uncle Farmer Brown up there and wherever he was with the pipe bombs. He had a whole barn full of pipe bombs.
That's the piece, right?
Right.
I said around the country, and I've been saying this to people as I've been talking to people. I don't feel like these are isolated events to come. Do I think they were organized and orchestrated by the same individuals? No, but there's a collective chaos that is in full display right now. And I want you to go back to this comment from Melanie. And she says that we need to be very careful about using this man as the face of domestic terrorism. She says, I'm not condoning what he has done, but he's being labeled as the face of evil. But I didn't hear this when school, church, grocery stores, movie theater shootings, church, and let me add, nightclubs were happening, because the faces of those culprits are not the face of this one particular man who has committed this act of domestic terrorism. And I'm hard pressed to find too many people calling Dylan Roof, Timothy McVeigh, and the all of these different white men who have been radicalized to the point that they, or even the guy who drove through traffic in the parade a couple years ago. No people have been labeled with domestic terrorism threats until you have this person here. Y'all feel comfortable, but when the mayor said so, she was demonized and has been like harangued about her reaction to it. However, now that one of you white people have said it, and you black people who support these white people versus supporting your own when they're telling you that something's going on, shame on you. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that.
See y'all on the other side of the break.
This is your news update for WBOK 1230 AM from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Another seasonal day ahead, mostly cloudy the first half of the day, then mostly sunny. Highs today in the mid-60s. We'll see a few showers for your Saturday morning, back into the 60s as well, then a few showers for Saturday evening. Storms return on Sunday with highs in the 70s, but a blast of cold air moves in right after. Highs for Monday starting into the 50s. For the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
That's right. It's party time each and every Sunday night at 7 p.m. on WBOK. It's the Throwback Throwdown with DJ Wick as he brings you the best in old school from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the early 2Ks. Plus, the party goes to another level at 9 p.m. with the Throwback Throwdown Party Mix to round out the night. It's the Throwback Throwdown Sunday nights at 7 p.m. on WBOK 1230 a.m. and on the World Wide Web at WBOK1230.com.
The National World War II Museum. Located in the Warehouse District of New Orleans, the National World War II Museum tells the story of America's experience in the war that changed the world, why it was fought, how it was won, and what it means today. Visit them online at www.nationalww2museum.org for time tickets and safety information.
Welcome to Liberty Bank and Trust, where your financial journey transforms communities. Since 1972, our customized banking solutions power your dreams and fuel your community growth. Every dollar you invest with us circles back to empower more people, ensuring opportunities for generations. Join us at Liberty Bank. Together, we empower possibility. Visit libertybank.net to start banking with purpose. Liberty Bank, there's freedom here.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning.
Brother Justin, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass. Y'all right here. Free Your Mind Friday. Get your brass up. Holla at your people, y'all. Hit us up on the talk line, 504-582-9422. Let's talk about what's going on. Good morning, Pam.
Well, good morning, my Front Porch family, and happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, darling. Absolutely.
Oh, it's so good to hear you guys' voice. Boy, I listen to the, rebroadcast and things like that, but I miss you guys when you're gone. Yeah, I be missing it.
Well,
I really do.
We
And did
appreciate
you
you,
guys
honey.
enjoy your holiday with your family?
Oh, it
Yes.
was lovely.
Yes,
It certainly was.
absolutely.
Mm.
And
Me
yourself?
too. Me
You too? Good.
Oh, wonderful. Yes. And I was with my grandbabies and we did fireworks and had a party and our little sparkling Welches.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was really nice. But I just wanted to call you guys and wish you a happy new year. I'm so glad to see you because I was saying it's going to be next year before I see and hear from them again. Oh, my God. So
Not
I
anymore.
see you even though I don't see you.
Not anymore.
But you know how it is.
I do.
I'm going to have to swing by that way sometime soon and see you guys, bring you guys a little treat.
All
soon.
right, Pam.
But I just wanted to, Kimber, you really said something there when you before the break. You really said something, and it hit me because I feel the same way. And it's just this is so horrific what happened in our city, and to those people, my heart and my love and my prayers go out to the families and everyone affected, even our first responders.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But we have to stay prayed up. We have to stay prayed up. Lord knows we do.
Amen.
Because we're living in challenging times. But you know what? Fear not. God is on our side. We've got God. If you're a believer in God, He's got us.
Amen, sister. Amen.
I just want everyone out there to believe in that and hold on to that and just pray. Don't be afraid to pray.
Yeah, there you're right. Don't be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed.
Don't be
And
ashamed.
I'll say thank you, Jesus, in a minute. I don't care where I'm at. And people can look at me funny if they want to. Guess what? You
God,
didn't
he
bring
was
me
looking
here.
at you funny anyway, Pam. No even worry about it. That's what I'm saying. So what? So what? Give something else to talk about. That's what I say.
Basically.
There
Thank you
go.
for that love.
There you go.
We
Well, I
appreciate
just
that.
wanted to say that to y'all, and I'm going to keep listening, and I love you all very much. Happy New Year.
Love you right back, baby. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed, y'all.
Well, we got our first Pam laugh this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good way to start the new year, man.
Absolutely.
Gracie said, you was about to read that? Go ahead.
Gracie said, Pam has a lovely spirit. Her voice makes me smile.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a gift.
Yes, it is.
That is a gift, man. Something that anything that'll lift your spirit because you don't know where that smile came from. You needed it and it popped up right there, and you be thankful when they come. Yes, indeed. Because it is a heavy time right now, man. The city's going through something that we don't usually deal with. We're the place for celebrations. And we're rarely unkind to anybody except ourselves.
But with the same breath that this is a place for celebration, this is also a place that we have a lot of violence that takes place.
Except to ourselves. Yeah, that's
why
a
lot of violence that takes
among
place
us
here.
Among us.
And so
yeah,
we keep having, okay, the adage of if you don't have something nice to say about somebody, then don't say nothing at all. The continuation of doing that and not knowing when to apply that has us here. There are some people who refuse to say anything because they don't want to upset the vibe of the good timing that we have, right? Good timing is important. But if it in certain situations and certain spaces, if you don't address things while they are small, they balloon into big, large events. And so if you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Yeah, when that's appropriate, because being quiet and not addressing issues that we have seen develop, because none of this stuff came from, oh, everything is so nice, we're having a good time, everything is peaceful, and then, oh, look at all this terrible violence happening. No, there have been things that have been happening small over time that has gone unchecked, uncorrected, even supported and undergirded with the facade of, oh, people are just expressing themselves, or don't be too hard on all of these different things without addressing the problems as we see these things being problems. And we've got to figure out when to pivot and when to step out and address what's in front of us. This middle of the road, this going along to get along, is not getting us any progress for longevity. It's putting a Band-Aid over things for a small amount of time, and then we look up again. Oh, more chaos. I wonder why. Well, because of the issues that need to be addressed don't get addressed because we don't want to offend people. No, listen. If you say it with a spirit of progress, I think it will be received well versus attacking people. However, we have got to get to the point that we start addressing things when they're small so they can be managed versus waiting until these big events happen and then start scrambling to, one, make people feel better, one, make people not feel as down, but you never address the long-term standing issue, which is just, I don't know. We got to get off that roller coaster.
I don't disagree. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay, y'all don't go nowhere. We got to pay some bills, but we're going to see y'all on the other side of the break.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK 1230 AM, Go, and Equity Media Station.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News. Chicago Police Superintendent Larry Snelling reported a decrease in murders and shootings in 2024, with 573 murders down from 620 in 2023 and 169 fewer shootings compared to the previous year. As Kentucky's medical cannabis law takes effect, ATF officials warn that violating federal firearms statutes can lead to perjury charges and up to 10 years in prison. Firearms retailers also risk charges for selling to medical marijuana users. The fundraising continues as HBCU Mississippi Valley State University's marching band is raising $240,000 to perform at President-elect Trump's inauguration. So far, the band has raised 94% of its goal. And people can still view Rose Parade floats up close at Float Fest Parade Showcase through today from 9 a.m. at Sierra Madre and Washington Boulevards in Pasadena. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
New Schools for New Orleans wants to send a huge congratulations to all of our educators, students, and families of New Orleans for their continuous academic growth. School performance scores have been released from the state. For the first time in many years, there are no failing schools in New Orleans Public Schools. As a district, our performance increased by 4 points. In addition, Orleans Parish now exceeds pre-COVID school performance score for all students by 6.2 points. When you see a teacher, school leader, or student, be sure to show them some love.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning.
Brother Justin, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass, y'all. You know, they're often mistaken. Separated at birth, those two.
I do it all the time. It's not on purpose.
It just happens.
But we love you all the same.
Well, you know.
That's cold. That's cold.
Thank y'all for joining us as we roll right into this second hour of today's broadcast, continuing from the idyllic campus of Xavier University from our studios right here at the foot of the overpass on South Norman C. Francis Parkway. www.wbok1230.com is the address, or hit us up, 504-582-9422. It's Free Your Mind Friday. Got it on your mind, you won't get it off your chest? Holler at your people, let us know what's going on. Good morning, Brother Corey. How you doing?
Well, good morning.
How you doing, baby? Happy New Year to you.
Well, Happy New Year to you, to Kimber, to everyone. And let me say that music definitely wake up the synapses in your mind. I love the music, man. Can't go wrong with it, man. Can't go wrong with it, for real, right?
No, sir. Healing of the
I
nation.
had you know it, bro. You know it. Let me say that I had a book. You know, I got a few books, but it's called 613 Commandments. The Power of 10. See, you know, just free your mind. So let me free my mind for a minute, if you don't mind.
No, go
Bear
right
me for a
ahead,
second, right? And I'm gonna share some stuff that's just personal use. I share things that I've been hearing over for a number of people who intellectually know certain things. So I share it. And, you know, hopefully those in power can hear it too, so they can make some adjustments, you know. So I see to always to have what they call be neutral and to be left alone and to receive all the things that I rightfully deserve. But even my city don't respect me sometimes too. So, but, you know, because I go through certain things here that I don't have to, because they know I'm a righteous man. I don't seek to hurt anyone or do anything unjustly to anyone, deprive anyone of no kind of life or liberty for anything, no cents, no dollars. So, you know, so when they come to me and I'm like, what's really going on? So anyway, but my city's doing a great job, and I think they're doing a great job. So whatever Ski Salih says or whatever they said was going on, the mayor, the city, the police, some things, you know, as Kimber said earlier, you know, about those things that happened in 2020, you know, and what happened after that, those people got killed with explosives and stuff like that, came into what? The COVID. So hopefully it's not that they plan again. But anyway, let's not talk about that right now. Anyway, so, you know, just think about certain things. You know, we have, you know, I said I had a book of 613 Commandments, Power of 10. And, you know, every president from Reagan and Bush, 10 letters. They have 10 letters in all their names. So I'm going to let them know, you know, we know the game. And I'm just here for them to realize, it's time to, like we talk about the gatekeepers, it's time for, you know, like righteous brothers like you and I, get into those gates. It's time for us to receive the things we need to receive so we can do what we need to do. And I always say, you know, so I stay neutral. We had our organization, you know, Justice for Chief Justice Burnett Johnson. Mm-hmm. And we got her to elect to be, you know, to go to the Supreme Court. Then we transitioned that to Justice and Beyond. Helped a lot of people. And I say to myself, I got away from that. Got away from a lot of stuff. So now I'm thinking, I might as well go ahead and start this organization back up again and really get some justice for our people. But anyway, besides that, one more thing. Revelation, if you go backwards 10 letters, you know what I'm talking about. New Orleans is that lever. And one more thing. It's up to us to stay vigilant and focused on the biggest picture. And the biggest picture is your health, your family health, and the prosperity of your people. Okay, peace and love, man. Much love to you, and happy New Year to everybody. And remember, God is always in your corner. Just pray and meditate on that, and everything else gonna come your way. Much love.
Much love, Brother Corey. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
New way to start the year, man. Same way you had last year. Mm-hmm. Belief, faith. Trying to get it together in the crazy world that we all are part of. Every last bit of it.
So if it's not belief or faith, don't lean onto yourself. Like, take a second, step back, look at your sources of information, look at the information that you are weighing before you start talking. Because
if you're interested in real information, and that's the big if, because a lot of people just want to be told, they want to be reassured that the foolishness that they believe is true, and there's so many people out here that are willing to tell them, yeah, it's true, and then you go right along with it. So, I would hope that folks would really want to delve into it, to find out for yourself, not for me, for yourself. So you'll know. Maybe you will.
I don't know. But we really have to have some conversations about what we're doing with us. I can still and will still speak about people outside of our community that wish us harm, but I'm definitely going to be talking about the people within our community who do us wrong. The leadership in our city has been questioned and has been disrespected, because I was going to say disrespectfully come at, but no, just disrespected in general. And for those of you who were in great support of the actions that were taken against the mayor, I said earlier, like 2 years ago, you leaning in on that is saying something about you. And now some of them are changing their tune, saying, they're disrespecting our elected leaders. Yeah, but you opened the door for them to do that when you were speaking about the leadership and specifically the mayor of this city. So every time we have people that come against us, a lot of times we show them how to come against us. And then for y'all who are backpedaling and twerking to kind of crab walk what it is that you said about the mayor prior to, this is another result of your actions of allowing for people to be disrespectful to not just women, not just black women, but black women in leadership. And they're also finding ways to continue to take over for our city. You have yourselves to thank for that. So, like, calling a thing is where I am all 2025. I think the whole niceties and politeness, I think respect is more important than being nice. Polite is it would be great, but like having some real honest conversations about people's actions and where it's left us and where we are headed right now, it needs to be on front and center. Front and center.
And I sure hope it gets there.
Speaking of black people and this incoming administration, did you hear about Mississippi Valley State?
No.
Mississippi Valley State was invited by the Trump administration, or Trump. What are they called? Yes, to come and march in their in the inaugural parade. I think is it on the 20th or whenever
Right.
inauguration day is, and they have been asking for donations for them to get up there. And people, well, let me say this: people from the black community are not supporting. And white people are saying you should support the kids so they can go and perform for this. They've been selected and blah blah blah. The black community still ain't messing with Chrisette Michelle after she performed for the inauguration. And Mississippi Valley, being from the state of Mississippi, with how black people are treated in Mississippi, y'all can carry y'all behind up there if y'all want to. But there are many of black people who are not, and definitely unwilling to give you money to go up there. When you look at the population of black people per capita in the state of Mississippi and the conditions with which they live in the state of Mississippi, it's a no for me. It's a no.
No, I hadn't heard they've been invited.
Yes, they have been invited. There's been a lot of conversation.
I wonder what that connection is.
I don't know who the connection is, but again, Brett Favre stole from the state.
Oh yeah, they didn't invite Brett Favre.
They did not invite him.
They didn't
right?
invite Brett Favre, and I mean, it's any band that you would send if you picked an HBCU from anywhere. Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama. If you picked an HBCU from Maryland, hell, even D.C., even D.C., Maryland, up in that area, there's going to be definite controversy. So I guess the question is, do you say no and don't go, or do you say, like some of the people, support the kids and send them up there? What do you do? What do you do? That's a real decision. You got kids up there, musicians in the band. You tell them no. You've been invited to come play at the inauguration, international, right? No.
I ain't paying. Y'all can
No.
figure it out.
No. I didn't ask you to get no
So
money.
you're asking.
I'm asking, do they play? Not whether or not you give them any money.
Do they play?
Very simple. Do they play?
So is my role from what?
As a black woman
no.
that's sitting here next to me?
No. It's a no.
Don't play.
It's absolutely
And the reason
no.
for not playing is?
So to play for the president who ensured the reduction of funds to your school, who also is supported by people who allowed for someone with means to divert funds from the poor people in the state of Mississippi? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Get somebody else to do it.
And then
Call Alabama.
I was just about to say.
Call LSU.
When it's a all lily white parade that is going on in the nation's capital for this inauguration, everybody cool with that.
The mostly white parade that took place on January 6th. We were all right with that.
We wasn't
okay
invited to that. They didn't invite Mississippi Valley State to that particular event. They didn't invite no swag bands to entertain at that particular event. They just didn't.
So again, I'm okay with them not going.
Okay.
I'm definitely okay. You invited them. You satisfied the diversity piece that you tried to destroy.
No, it wasn't diversity.
You satisfied the invitation.
I gotta figure out who. There's got to be a connect for a little bit of band from Middleborough, Mississippi, because that's state, right? You say Mississippi Valley State.
Yes.
That's Jerry Rice. That's Valley. That's the Delta Devils. I think Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils.
Clue.
Jerry Rice. But anyway, long story short,
I know who Jerry Rice, the football player, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I know
that's
that
where
part.
he come from. He come from state. Come from Mississippi Valley State. But I'm still trying to get. Y'all know me. I like puzzles because that's why I am who I am. But why Mississippi Valley State? There's many more recognizable HBCUs that could have been invited. Why? And no knock, I'm SWAC all the way. You know that's Mississippi, that's all us, black people, HBCU. I'm digging it, but why Mississippi Valley State? Okay, so ma'am said, I heard the band director or the president of the school is a Republican. Would not be surprised at all in that. And I'm just wondering how you manage that. It's not it's not a little thing. It's not a little thing.
Let's see. So Mark says that college-age children should already have an understanding on why they shouldn't perform at this particular event, even if they don't. As a director, as a person in leadership, it would be a no. Thank you for the invitation, but we send our regrets that we will not be able to, especially because they got to pay for it too. And I don't mean it's a little bitty amount of money. It's like $350,000, $375,000 that they're trying to raise to go for an invitation.
Oh, listen. I've
It's
moved
a hell
bands
no.
across the country. It is a massive undertaking.
It's a no. It's a no.
Because of the money or because of the principle?
Both. The insult is the money that they have to raise. The principle is the stark no, but the money in addition to it, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
See, that's KFC. Why Mississippi Valley State? Is there a connection? Whether they play or not now is real. I need to know why.
You need to know why they were invited.
Why
my
Mississippi
issue
Valley
is
State
that,
out of all the SWACs.
That's an effort for them to go. Like, that's the thing that's like tripping me out.
Well, and I think it might have been too. Now, this is just my brain and the way it works. SWAC schools are crazily underfunded.
Yes, they are.
And to raise $300,000 to go and perform, as opposed to raising $300,000 to help the school,
to fix a building,
to do something
to upgrade
in the school,
a computer, lab, something.
Now, if you pay for them, if one of those filthy rich MAGA Republican donors want to write a check, then write $1 million check.
Mm-hmm. Some can
take
go to the
$300 and then put the other $650 to the school,
at the school,
to the improvement of the school, and making an annual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I'm not. I'm about negotiation. I'm gonna get something. You want something? I'm gonna get something, and that's especially if I can get something for my school, for the kids. We'll see. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about
all day long.
Stick and stay, y'all. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Hey, New Orleans, Tavis Smiley here, inviting you to join me each weekday evening at 7 p.m. right here on WBOK 1230 AM for the Tavis Smiley Show. You can expect great guests and getting the answers you need to know. It's the Tavis Smiley Show on our new home in New Orleans, WBOK 1230 AM.
Tavis Smiley. Ranked number 45 on the Heavy 100 list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America.
Good morning. I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News. And here's your headlines. More than 48 hours after a terror attack on Bourbon Street, tributes are growing for the 14 people who lost their lives on New Year's Day. The New Orleans Police Department placed 14 yellow roses on the historic street and held a second line before reopening Bourbon to pedestrians ahead of the Sugar Bowl. Before kickoff, there was a moment of silence inside the Caesars Superdome. Football fans from across America paid their respects to the victims. And now a memorial grows at the scene of the horrific attack. Unfortunately, some families are still waiting to hear from their loved ones after Wednesday's attack. If you're looking for a loved one right now, you can call this number and hopefully get some help. That number is 504-539-3266. You have a chance to help the victims of the Bourbon Street terrorist attack by rolling up your sleeve. The Blood Center and New Orleans EMS are holding a blood drive from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Blood Center headquarters on Canal. All of the donor centers throughout the southeast Louisiana area and portions of Mississippi will be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Uber is offering up to $40 in credits to get you to the Blood Center. Just enter the promo code DONATE-NOLA in the promotion section. And the United Way of Southeast Louisiana is launching a fundraiser to help those impacted by Wednesday's attack. 100% of the funds raised will provide resources to families affected by the tragic events. If you would like to donate to help out the families and victims, you can find that link on our website. That's WDSU.com. I'm Daryl Forges.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana communities through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, please visit us at www.jazzandheritage.org.
Sunday mornings are reserved for a good word on WBOK. This Sunday, be sure to catch Dr. Kevin Stevens Sr., the pastor of Christian Unity Church, for service and a powerful, full, inspiring word. Listen live every Sunday morning right here on WBOK.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
I done been all over the world. What's crazy? No matter where I go, there ain't nothing look. Let's start from the beginning. Her name was Deborah Brown. She caught my daddy's eye and he's still around, which helps me prove my point. It must be something in the water, 'cause 40 years later, and he's still glad he caught her. Ooh, I've been all over the world. It still ain't nothing like a New Orleans girl. Ooh, I've been all over the world. It still ain't nothing like a New Orleans. See, I'm a grown man now, and I can see it for myself. These girls from New Orleans know that there's something else. When they call you baby, they melt you like some sugar. And don't let her cook your meal, 'cause that's gonna show no seal the deal. Ooh, I've been all over the world. It still ain't nothing like a New Orleans girl. Ooh, I've been all over the world. It still ain't nothing like a New Orleans girl.
Said about him out, respected 'cause I'm a queen. Born in New Orleans, mother of the twerk team. Meal cooker spicy like red beans. Gumbo music can't help it, it's in my team. Cheeky ways, but I'm mistaken for being mean. When you really get to know me, I'm sweeter than fly rain. One Barbie, I'm the hottest on the scene. Nice wall, represent a bust of bud. I'm here first, behind mine. And never got from the one we let the sign. There's more to us than shaking our behind. Even though we like to twerk, we have intellectual mind. Wow, girl, cheeky, I'm my angel in disguise. Ain't one to make you laugh, be the one that make you cry. 504, we one of a kind. Certified boss chick, and I'm with his mind.
Better watch out. Better watch out. 'Cause Katrina put them all over the world.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Brian Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning.
But Naira's on the other side of the glass, man. Bringing it to you right here on this Free Your Mind Friday. Get your brass up. Y'all know, got all kind of good music going on.
We got stuff.
That's right.
We definitely got stuff.
That stuff is what you need, whether you know it or not.
Oh, my.
Yes, indeed, man.
We have been having this conversation about Mississippi Valley State, and we got some different conversations and different comments, and this is where we need Brother Naira to weigh in. Oh, you knew you weren't going to be able to get away from me.
I so did.
You saw the comment. I was like, well.
I didn't know that the tornado
that where Naira went
first. Were you in the band then?
No, I wasn't. That was right before.
All right. Okay. All right. So, what was there when you got there? They had already performed.
Yeah.
When you got to Talladega, they'd already done it.
Right.
Was there any talk at all about what happened, what it was like as a band member, as somebody who was there when the cast that went? What was that like, man?
So it was just a payday, to be honest.
Now, see, that was the next question.
So you said it was a payday?
For Talladega State, they got a check.
Yeah.
For performing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did they have to pay now you might not know, bro, but did they do like this, a fundraiser to try to get people to go up there, or was it paid?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there was a fundraiser, but I know when I got there, everybody was like, man, we did our thing. They broke
them off.
Yeah, broke us off. We played our little music and left. It wasn't.
Well, see, and
Oh,
that's
what?
I was going to ask that question. I did not know if there was a payday involved, because that's how I started off. If you got to raise money to get
go.
there and your schools are already subpar, substandard, how do you justify raising the money
The
that could be
school's
better used for one event?
Finances are subpar.
Well, yeah. That's
Not the
And
school.
so, see, $350,000 to go and perform one time. If it could be an investment, but what's the return?
Right.
What's the return? If it's gonna cost, if you're asking us to raise $350, if we come up there and we play and we get that $350, can we get $1 back? Can we get $1 million back? Is that how this works? Or is there a benefactor up there who's gonna see the greatness of the school and what we're doing to come down here and underwrite this next education for 10 years? I'm just trying to figure out what you get.
And my question about what you're asking right now, should that be knowledge to the people who are contributing to your cause? Because let's say I am a one person contributor, like I have a one issue for which I will donate to. If you're going to get a return, should that be known to the people? So it's like, okay, if I send you up there, y'all are gonna get this amount of money from our contribution. Should that be public knowledge? But my other,
it wasn't public, wasn't a secret at Talladega when they were talking about the fact that the band got paid, right?
Yeah, well, internally, yeah, the band.
And tell me, yeah, but y'all, it wasn't like a secret. You heard about it as soon as you got there.
Yeah.
Right.
One of them worst kept secrets.
But
You
right.
know, it's what,
Which if you are a single issue person, then that might be something that concerns you, or that might be something that holds your interest. But even for me, I'm not gonna be able to do it. And that it kind of, I don't feel bad that I wouldn't give. But with what I want to do as a Black woman is contribute to the greatness of our kids. But I also have stipulations on that. Sending an HBCU from a place that they have to raise the funds, already the university, their monies have been cut as a result of this same person you're going to perform for. That's my I can't make that make sense in my soul. You already, it's like, okay, you're dating somebody, male, female, whatever, however you want to look at this. That person slaps you in the face because of an argument y'all were having, or just because they didn't like something that you did, and they follow it up with a gift. That is very abuse-like behaviors, to harm somebody and then ask them to do a service for you. And in this case, we don't even know if there's money that's going to follow up by them raising these. Like, why we keep letting these people do this to us? Like, it's just, I don't understand that.
Because I guess my question then would be, what was the backlash? We've got a measure. You've got Talladega State. What happened to them? They played for the first Trump administration, and they are still in existence. They are bands that play. I'm just trying. They played.
Mm-hmm.
This was Trump. Everybody, golden elevator, they rapists. This was the first Trump, right?
And this is before all the confirmed and adjudicated sexual assaulter. That's when Talladega played, but he was still a trash. Grab him by the box.
He's still Trump.
All those things.
He was still Trump. And they played. What has been the ramifications of that? What has happened to the school? Has there been up? See, that would be my question, because that would be a part of it if they made a come up, because the man gonna be a racist anyway. Whatever gonna happen. If they made a come up and got something positive out the deal, okay. Now that you know, would you deny Mississippi Valley State that same opportunity? Some people might not see it as opportunity. But if this wasn't the first time that Donald Trump has invited HBCU to play at his inauguration, I want to know what happened to the first one.
Well, it is the same band director.
Oh.
Wait, the band director that was at Talladega is now
at Mississippi Valley State.
Oh.
There's a connection.
There's a connection.
That's the Dundee. What's his name? You know? Oh, the dude, he's a public figure.
We can
I'm
look
not
it
trying-
up.
we
You
can
ain't
look it-
got it.
No, you don't know it. Hold on one second.
Don't
I'm
worry
gonna find
about it.
out.
Hold
Don't
up.
worry about it.
Because,
I respect, brother. I respect. But no, he's a public figure. When he was given that job, he was announced to the public as the band director of Mississippi Valley State. We're gonna find out, but there is the connect. That makes sense.
Oh.
We're gonna find his name.
Dr. Carrie Ann Simon.
It's a lady.
Dr. Carrie Ann Simon is the director of bands at Mississippi Valley State University. Does that sound like?
Look at the
That's
director of
director of bands. So maybe she's his boss.
Band director then? How many? Because they might have. They got a concert band. They got a marching band.
So in the music department, there is Mr. Kenneth Milton. He's the director of university bands for brass. Dr. Alfonso Sanders, chair of fine arts. Dr. Benjamin Arnold, percussion and music education coordinator. Dr. Edward Morse, low brass. I think I know who that is. Dr. John Weiss, choral director. Dr. Kimberly Broadwater, voice music coordinator. Dr. Lawrence Goldman, piano keyboard area coordinator. And Dr. Paul Schreiber, music theory and composition. Do any of those people sound like people you know?
No.
Well, look up, if you would, the band director at.
Does this person sound like Elva K. Lance? Is this someone you know? Oh, he's man in the line. Because it says, okay, director of bands at Mississippi State University. Her current responsibilities include conducting the wind ensemble, providing leadership for the famous Maroon Band, and administering all aspects of the band program. Elva K. Lance, does that name sound familiar? No. Okay.
All right, well, we're going to go to the audience and see if we can pull up an expert from our panel. 504-582-9422. Good morning, Wally. How you doing, nephew?
I'm doing all right. Happy New Year. Happy New Year,
to you,
New
baby.
Year.
Yes, indeed.
How y'all doing?
Man, we doing,
all right,
man, having a good time. Sitting here trying to figure out who worked where and where she going in January. Help us shed a little light on this. I think you might have some insights, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this is my forte. This is my lane. But the band director is Miguel Bonds.
The band director is?
Miguel Bonds.
Miguel Bonds.
Miguel Bonds is the band director at, right now, Mississippi Valley State.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Ooh, yeah.
And he used to be the band director at Talladega.
Ooh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Wait
and
a minute.
The common denominator in this is the timing, because when this gentleman was the director of the band at Talladega, they performed in the first inauguration for Trump.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the connection. That's what we've been asking.
Yeah.
Why Mississippi Valley State out of all the swag? You just answered the question. Thank you, my friend. Boy, at least I'm telling you.
No problem.
You Front Porch, baby.
Ali.
That's why we love y'all, bro.
Y'all welcome. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, brother.
All right.
Later.
So
There you go.
before we take the next caller,
Hold on, Trudy.
Miguel Bonds, 2006, university band director charged with raping a student. Sir.
What happened? What do you mean charged? What happened?
Okay. The director of Delaware State Band has been charged with raping a student. State police say that Miguel Bonds, at the time was 31, was arrested Sunday night and charged with second-degree rape, 2 counts of third-degree unlawful sexual contact, and providing alcohol to an underage person. Authorities said a 20-year-old student told investigators that after the school's football game Saturday afternoon, he mentioned to Bonds that he was planning to pledge a fraternity next year, and that Bonds offered to teach him, in air quotes, well, in quotes, because this is a direct quote, teach him what he needs to know about pledging, end quote. He said he followed Bonds to his apartment where they watched a movie. According to authorities, the student said that Bonds gave him a drink made with vodka, and he immediately felt dizzy. As he drifted in and out of consciousness, Bonds began performing oral sex on the student and touched him inappropriately, police said. The student awoke Sunday morning naked on the floor and nauseous. After leaving the apartment, he received a phone call from Bonds, who asked whether he remembered anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Was there follow-up? Did he go to trial? Was he found guilty?
Follow up on this.
That's the arrest. That was the charge and the arrest.
So this is, hang on a second. Because I really, if this is his MO, and I've gotten a message to say that let it go. Okay, hold up. The messaging has said that he pled guilty, and if he did, that's a problem for me. Let me find a little bit more about that. But if you're a rapist, that's the commonality. You like that kind of stuff. That's the charge. I'm going to confirm what the outcome was. And I said that, for you. There you go. But I'm looking for his conviction situation as we speak. And if he is the common denominator, I ain't gonna be able to do it. So in another situation, so I see where he went to when he got to Talladega. There were people who were upset about him getting hired over there because that he had a criminal past that involved sexual abuse allegation from a minor. So I'm still looking for whether or not he was convicted, but he got 2 more jobs since then. Yes. 504-582-9422. Hey, Trudy, thank you for holding on. Trudy, hello. Trudy? Call us back, Trudy. So, okay, here we go. The Talladega County District Attorney said that Bonds may not have to register as a sex offender there because there is no equivalent sexual harassment law in Alabama. So I'm still looking for the outcome of that case. Mm-hmm. But if he's the common denominator, he like his boy. So that's what. I know. Again, let me say it again.
You can't do
We've
that.
not confirmed.
Accusation.
We've not confirmed. I'm saying this for you.
Don't say it for me. Say it because it's the right thing to say. The people, accusations. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I guess if they're accusing me, must be guilty. 504-582-9422. Right? Hey, Trudy, how you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
We are very well, darling. Thank you for calling back.
Good morning.
Good morning. I was calling where I see you guys realize who the director is.
Yes, ma'am. We just
Did you
got
realize
that name.
he was a band director here in the city of New Orleans?
Where?
No.
I want to say Sarah T. Reed, but I'm not sure. But some years back, he started in New Orleans.
Okay.
Wow. Is he a native?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
He is. He a New Orleanian.
But I know he was there, and I think he played in the band at Southern University.
Okay.
I think. But for sure, I know he was a band director here in the city. And I want to say Sarah T. Reed, but I'm not exactly sure. In Talladega, it was not a come-up for him. They didn't went through presidents. They have their issues right now. Dr. Kimbrough from Dillard University is there as the interim, trying to help Talladega out. So playing for Trump didn't help him.
Huh. Okay. Well, thank you for that, Trudy. We appreciate that insight, love.
All righty.
All right.
Thank you, Trudy.
Bye-bye.
Y'all have a good one.
You too.
While he said he did march for Southern. He did march for Southern. I didn't. Sarah T. Reed. You're right. Yep. At Reed. That I'm. What's happening? I want to know because how you got it? How you got it? How you got them jobs and kept getting them? Mm-hmm. And kept getting them. I'm curious. I'm curious because I want to know if
Was he getting ready to say something?
who was.
Justin. Oh.
Oh no,
okay.
he was talking to Naira.
Okay.
But no, man, this is it gets curiouser and curiouser. I'm telling you, this is. I really want to know because to put that out there, I really would like to find out what he was, if he was convicted, or anything like that, because you was arrested. But I need to know the rest of the story. That's all.
So I am in here, and based on what I'm reading, it looks like they found him liable for the defendant was liable. I'm still running through because all this legal jargon is too long for me to read. But based on what I'm understanding so far, that that there is some culpability on Miguel Bonds. So I'm looking. Oh look, Cam said, "Oh, this brother been around." That's what I'm saying. Like,
but
we have to deal with stuff when it's small. So if this has happened,
and that's my point. That's
if
the
this
only
has
thing.
happened,
If this has happened,
this
he
can't
was
be
caught.
the only one. Yeah,
he was caught. You're saying, but that's all this thing. He was caught.
Mm-hmm.
He was caught, allegedly, for filing or doing whatever you read in the article that said that's what he did. That is the allegation.
Mm-hmm.
He was arrested and it was charged. Then you go to trial. What happened? It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay, y'all. The drama continues.
It does.
On the other side of the break, we'll see you there.
This is your news update for WBOK 1230 AM from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Another seasonal day ahead, mostly cloudy the first half of the day, then mostly sunny. Highs today in the mid-60s. We'll see a few showers for your Saturday morning, back into the 60s as well, then a few showers for Saturday evening. Storms return on Sunday with highs in the 70s, but a blast of cold air moves in right after. Highs for Monday starting into the 50s. For the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Find us online. Did you know that you can now listen to your favorite show whenever you want? How? Just go to www.wbok1230.com. Click on the Talk tab and select your favorite show. There you'll see your favorite host and the show from each day. And be sure to follow us on Facebook at WBOK1230am, Instagram at WBOK.1230, and TikTok at WBOK1230am.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This is Andronica Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
other side of the glass, bringing it to you on this Freaking Mind Friday. Get your brass up as if you could help yourself with the music playing in the background, yo. Yes, indeed. Interesting conversation, man. It has gone from one thing to another because now we are talking about the former band director because we were talking about Mississippi Valley State being invited to play in the inauguration of President Trump and the fact that the band director there was the band director when Talladega played for the first inauguration. And then Kimber found several articles that he had been arrested for rape, but we cannot find anything that mentions the adjudication of those charges.
He pled no contest.
He pled no contest.
Yeah.
And what was what happened? So that's what I'm saying.
When he went to Alabama, there was no law for sexual offense that he would have to register.
What
Did he have to register in Delaware?
Delaware. That's the question. If everything happened in Delaware,
the plea of no contest doesn't require you to register as a sex offender there. But you can look it up to see.
No, I don't know. I'm on the find the state of Delaware registry and see if we can find a gentleman on there. I know it was a 2006 charge. Pled guilty on a lesser charge and served 1 year probation.
So he pled no contest to the rape allegation. He pled guilty to a lesser charge and served 1 year probation. Yeah. Problematic.
Huh?
Wow. Problematic. And because because he has the legalese to carve out that niche, that applies to all other cases where we keep getting messed over, because that was not the word I was going to say, that we keep getting messed over, but it's legal to do so. And this is one of those things and another one of those issues that is problematic, but that's the law.
And it is the law. It is the law. And whatever that law is, whatever he has done, he has gone on to keep working at university level. How? All them people involved in the conspiracy? All them people are the don't worry about it? That's two different schools, because now he's in Mississippi. Now, that was in Delaware. He started at Reed, then he was at Delaware. Now he went to Talladega, and now he's in Mississippi. Why? Well, the Catholic Church used to send a lot of priests. But Catholic Church was conspired. There was one entity that said, yes, send him here and there. Who's the one entity that sends this guy from here to there?
But it was the one entity of the Catholic Church that sent them into several different places.
That's my point.
So it's the same issue.
Who is the one entity that sends him from school to school? No. That's not it. It's not. The Archdiocese was in charge of sending priests with problems to different places.
Correct.
There's not, to my knowledge, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, there's not, to my knowledge, a central location that sends band directors from school to school like the Archdiocese would send a priest from parish to parish.
No.
There's not.
No.
So the idea that, then again, it goes back to my original question, how does he keep getting hired? Well, if there's not a central part, these are different people at different times in different places who all have the same information that we just found in the past 10 minutes. 10 minutes that we just found.
Yeah.
Whole background, and he'd have been to 3 schools that get public dollars, that get public funding, that have kids there, and he got hired and continues to get hired. How?
Things that make you say,
It don't make me sing.
And then this is all about the distractions that people get sated with. Oh, but look.
But what's the distraction?
Look at what's going on. No. So he's gone from place to place. There has been people who have seen him do things and they have still positively rewarded him.
Say that again. The people saw him do what?
Saw him do different things. So he pled no contest to one thing and guilty to something else. Either way, he
pled no contest.
No contest to the rape, but he pled guilty to a lesser charge. So that's still a crime.
What was the lesser charge?
I don't know.
Whatever he pled guilty to.
Still a crime.
Couldn't have been a felony.
With that crime.
Couldn't have been a felony.
Agreed. With that crime though, he's still been positively rewarded.
Why?
For committing a crime.
Why?
I don't know.
Who does that? See that?
I don't know.
I'm solutions. I gotta get through it. I know there are problems, but without getting to, you get to the archdiocese, you find out why. You find the top dog, and you sue. That's who you get. You get your billions from the top because you identify the person who did it. That's how you get it. But in this case, are we the problem? People who go and enjoy the bands, the people who work at the school? Because this is not the archdiocese. This is not one entity. And Mark, I'm not saying he wasn't guilty. I'm asking how the dude's still working. And I'm asking how is he still the band director if we have evidence that says he has done X, Y, and Z. He left all this happen in 2006 in Delaware, and he has gotten at least 2 college-level jobs since then. Who's responsible for that?
Who the hell left the gate open?
Is that the we?
That is the question. And when we start talking about accountability again,
wait a minute. The lesser charge was sexual harassment and offensive touching. Okay?
That's still a crime. And it may not be a felony.
Charge.
It may not be a felony, but that in and of itself, the fact that is what it was.
That you
why was he hired to go somewhere else? Yes, I know that's the question you're asking. Yes,
ma'am.
You are.
That's the question because
nobody dropping the ball in the background check. This is intentional.
I don't think it's a bad. We did all this is 10 minutes, Josh. This is 10 minutes sitting here on the radio.
Right.
And I'm not trying to rag the dude down. This came because we were talking about the Itabena and the school playing in the inauguration. Is how all this came about. HBCU playing in the inauguration for Trump. But my man's going to be there, and that's we started off looking for the common denominator. We found it, and that took us down a whole nother road. We're going to talk more about that. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. See you on the other side of the break.
From the campus of Xavier University. WBOK 1230 AM. Go. An Equity Media Station.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News. President Biden is reiterating there are no known links between the vehicle attacks in New Orleans and Las Vegas. CBS News says both vehicles were rented via Turo, and the drivers, U.S. military veterans, served in Afghanistan. The pilot is believed to be one of 2 people killed in a small plane crash in Fullerton, California. The plane crashed through a warehouse near Fullerton Municipal Airport early Thursday afternoon. Another 19 victims were injured, 10 of whom are in the hospital. An endorsement from President-elect Trump might not be enough for Mike Johnson to remain as Speaker of the House. Texas Republican Chip Roy is among those believing Johnson doesn't have the needed votes. The House is expected to vote for a new Speaker today. And Denver is paying a record $110 million expansion fee for the 16th National Women's Soccer League franchise. Sportico says that's the highest ever for a U.S. women's sports team. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
New Schools for New Orleans wants to send a huge congratulations to all of our educators, students, and families of New Orleans for their continuous academic growth. School performance scores have been released from the state. For the first time in many years, there are no failing schools in New Orleans Public Schools. As a district, our performance increased by 4 points. In addition, Orleans Parish now exceeds pre-COVID school performance score for all students by 6.2 points. When you see a teacher, school leader, or student, be sure to show them some love.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM. WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning.
Brother Justin, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass, y'all. Thank you for sticking with us as we slide into this third and final hour of today's episode of The Front Porch, coming to you still from the historic campus of Xavier University from our studios right here at the foot of the overpass on South Norman C. Francis Parkway, www.WBOK1230.com is the number, is the address, and you can give us a call on the talk line at 504-582-9422. It's Free Your Mind Friday, so get your brass up. Let us know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting conversation, man.
Quite.
You know?
Quite interesting.
But,
this is, again, I want to say this. We cannot have fear in having conversations, because when people cut off their voices, the people who are unaware of their thoughts, there's no way we can figure that out. So if there's a conversation that you're uncomfortable about, be comfortable saying, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. That's one. And two, if we want to see changes in things, we also need to have uncomfortable conversation to get to some comfortability. Like, we can't keep avoiding uncomfortable conversations.
I think that's been the norm for so long that people think that is the way to do it.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So then we don't say nothing.
I agree with that on gossip. I agree with that on gossip. But see, that's two different things. That whole idea of not having nothing nice to say, that was not be quiet. That was all about if people just gossiping and talking, and you don't have to feel obligated to dive in. That's what I got from that. If you ain't got nothing good to say, just keep your mouth. But 9 times out of 10,
but it's been applied where people just will say anything
because people are what?
Yeah, people are stupid, but also people don't want to be attacked.
Well, you see, I can't do anything about that. I open myself up to attack every day because I got an opinion, I got a ground, I got a line that is not going to cross. I got a perfect understanding of what's right and wrong in my world, just in my world, not for the next man. So I will stand on my belief.
Okay.
I will stand on my belief, knowing that there are people out there who disagree with me. Some disagree with me vehemently. Some disagree with me adamantly. Some are diametrically opposed to everything I stand for. I didn't change, and I'm not going to. I can't do anything about people's fear. I say we get you some faith, and you find that the spirit of fear is not of God. you learn for yourself. Because I'm not going to be afraid to speak my truth. And I'm not going to be afraid to say what I see is right and wrong. But if you are, God bless you. But I can't speak for you.
Fair.
I can't do that.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? If you're afraid to speak up, you're afraid. It's not to speak up that you need to concentrate on. It's the fear. Because the question is not speaking. The question is, what are you afraid of?
Uh-huh.
The ramifications of standing on your truth. Do you have a truth?
Ooh.
Oh, what?
Now that's a
question. Because that's why you're afraid to stand. You don't know. I got a belief in right and wrong. I got from my grandparent. My grandmother said, Gravy, black or white. You're right or you're wrong. 7th grade education, and the wisest woman I ever met in my life. She understood life. She understood people. She understood people.
That makes a difference.
And she gave me that. There was a gift I got from her. So no, I got a standard. I've tried my best to pass it on to mine. To have a standard, and it will make you be alone sometime. It will make you stand by yourself sometime. But that's where the fear comes in. Are you afraid to be by yourself? Are you afraid to be true? Are you afraid to stand there because you don't have 10,000 people standing behind you saying, rah, rah, rah?
Mm-hmm.
If you're scared, go to church. That's what they told me. I did. And I'm not scared. Of what? Of
another
what?
Man,
another man
woman.
Born of a woman, another woman born of a woman, another human being, Homo sapien. What can, Mr. Ma'am, sir? No. What, why? That's the question you got to ask yourself. It's not the world, it's you. If you don't have anything you can stand on, then you got to ask yourself, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Do you have a right or wrong? Do you have standards? Do you have a foundation? Or are you, like so many people in the world, afflicted with situational ethics? Or is that what you're doing?
Say that one more time.
Situational ethics.
One more time for the producer.
That's right. Situational ethics. If
that
you're
is
right,
something that we cannot be invested in.
No. You're going to be, and what I say a lot about that too, we do that as people because you'll see us do something wrong and white folks do something wrong. You want to blame the white folks and justify your own people. No. See, I didn't come up like that. I came up with right is right and wrong is wrong. The why you did what you did ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't got nothing to do with it. That is the confusion that I'm always talking about, a distraction that keeps you moving. No, baby.
The why
if
don't
you're
protect
right,
you.
you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't care what side you came from. I don't care why you did what you did. You're wrong. Now, will I hold it against you? Will I beat you up with it? Or will I have compassion, understand, and try to do anything I can to try to help you along the way? But that ain't going to stop me from condemning your wrongness. What, you think I can't love you and tell you you're wrong?
You're wrong.
Baby, please. Come on now.
We gotta be comfortable with having conversations that don't go sunshine and rainbows. And not that all conversations need to be doom and gloom, because don't nobody want to live like that either.
Why would you be? That's why I would say, boy, you're always optimistic. What my alternative is what? To walk around mad, angry, that stuff ain't fair?
It's not. And so we move forward.
It's not. I can save you the consternation of wondering whether it is. It's not. It's not. Life ain't fair. Favor ain't fair. Fair ain't fair. You understand? But what you got is you. What you got is you. And if you got any sense, you got some needs, and you need to get them on them and ask for some faith in whoever you call it. Because if all you're depending on is yourself, shorty, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know it, and I know it.
Yeah.
You know it, and I know it. Because you know how weak you are. I ain't talking about me. You know how weak you are. You know how fragile you are. You know how scared you are. I don't care what you show in the world. I'm talking about you. And if you are thinking that you can make it through this thing by yourself, God bless you, child. And I mean that. Even if you don't believe in it, I hope he bless you. Because you have chosen a very
lonely.
And not just that, but
it's
a
lonely.
struggle field. Because everything you by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you have believed that you're the only one that can help you.
I'm saying lonely because when nobody else is around and you do have a belief, you have
never alone.
Right.
You
That's
ain't
what I'm
never
saying.
alone.
This is the ultimate loneliness.
When you know you by yourself, when you know you ain't got nothing you can believe in, you can't fall on your knees. You ain't one that's greater than you. Now people say, man, what do you call it? Call it the universe. What you want to call it? What would make you comfortable? Or to not call it anything?
Does
Him,
the name
her,
matter?
does the name matter? Does the gender matter? Or does the fact that it is matters? Does the fact that it is matters? Because I know I don't believe in coincidence. I got the grandparents that I got because somebody years before that put two people together that made them two people years later. And here I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to see Hill and Stone and Onyx and Sonny and watch them and give them a bit of what I was so blessed to get. Because I ain't going to have it long. Have it longer than most of y'all because I ain't from here. But
if you all didn't know, he is immortal.
Well, no, not immortal.
He's not us.
Yeah, I'm not like you. I'm not like you. Yeah, you humans are very fragile.
Lord.
Very fragile. And have a warped sense of time.
Well.
I think 100 years is a long time. It's not. But you need that.
Mm-hmm.
You need that. And I think if you don't have it, find a way to get it. Find something, your joy, something. Because if you get out there and you don't have nothing, baby, you walking through this thing by yourself. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No. I really do, honestly, in my heart, feel sorry for you. I do. Because it's not going to work. You're just purposely making it hard for yourself.
Harder
for yourself.
Because again, when nobody's there and you
just
start talking,
that's right.
You don't know or don't feel or don't identify with something that is bigger than you. That's a really, really real sense of aloneness. I am glad I don't know that.
No, not at all.
I don't know that.
Not at all.
And being a person who says the things that's not popular often, all throughout my life.
Listen, that's why I don't have no fear.
have no problem with saying the things that I know to be true.
My truth.
That I know to be true. And then I wait. And then when people come back and say, you were right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you so. But now what do we do now that you see that what I was saying, what do we do now? Because what has happened, I saw it coming. You ignored it. Now what do we do? Now what do we do? Because I'm not going to stay in this space.
Mm-mm.
I hope that you won't stay in this space as well.
But
now
if
that
you're coming to me to acknowledge, I'm going to think that you're coming to me with more than just an apology. I would like to think that you're coming to me with, because I don't.
People often don't.
But I don't, just let me tell you this. I knew I was right when I was telling you. So I don't need you to come back and tell me I was right. You don't worry about that. I rarely, if ever, make an utterance that I'm not sure of. Have I been wrong before? Twice.
I mean,
but you know what I'm saying?
We're infallible. I mean, we're not infallible. You can say something and people are uncomfortable because of them. But I'm comfortable in saying what it is that I'm saying because of what's within me because of me.
And it's because of what's within you that gives the you that you present to the world the ability to stand on that.
Mm-hmm.
It don't come from the outside in. It's like keeping your skin clear. You got to keep your skin clear from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much you slather on your face and this oil and that unction and that ointment. If you ain't drinking water and cutting out all that fat and all that stuff, eating your food from the inside out, baby, you might as well just get you some pepperonis and put on that pizza you call in the face. But anyway.
And for those of you who are still putting ointments on your face, stop that today.
Stop that right now.
Today. Do not put it. If it says what did you say? Ointment or emulsion? Don't put that on your face. Please stop that.
Stop that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Stop that. It is not, and just change your perspective. Do it from the inside. Instead of trying to concentrate on it from the outside in, just like the strength that I'm talking about. Concentrate on getting it from the inside out.
Oh,
Concentrate on you first. Concentrate on you first. Get yourself strong. It's like they say on the airplane. Put your face mask on
first.
Then help the little ones or the older ones or the other people, because you can't pour from an empty vessel. If you ain't got nothing in you, how you gonna help anybody else?
Oh, you can't get blood from a turnip.
No, and I don't even like turnips.
You don't?
Nah, I'm lying.
I was getting ready to say I thought
do like
you
turnips.
did.
I do.
Okay.
Want some turnips now?
No. So yeah. That's just, we have to start having uncomfortable conversations, and ones that make you squirm. Ones that make you squirm in your chair a little bit. Like
good. I need you to be uncomfortable because you may come. Your growth may come from a place of
discomfort.
And I don't have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't have a problem with that. We talk about those things. Listen. That's what the whole show is about. Respect on the front porch, never censorship. Only thing the front porch ever did, and the first front porches I grew up on, was never censored. Ask what you wanted to know.
But if you are disrespectful,
don't be disrespectful.
You will be removed.
And you'll be handled.
Yeah.
You'll be chastised.
So I want to be clear about that. If you are out of pocket,
don't do that.
And you keep doing it, you will be removed.
Once is a mistake, twice is a habit. You understand?
If
you want to disagree, you are welcome to do that. I mean that sincerely. Welcome to do it. Anything I say, anything Kimber's, anything you hear on here that you don't have an agreement with, you're welcome to call. It's an open mic. It's Free Your Mind Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But you're welcome to do that. This is why I think we can speak like this. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody scared of y'all.
I hear Bernie Mac in my
ears,
and I can't say it, but y'all know what I'm thinking.
I'm not.
I ain't scared of you.
And because you have thoughts, so do I.
Mm-hmm.
You have opinions and ideas, so do I. I have a foundation that I stand on. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
You have points of view, so do I.
And so do I. But guess what? We can agree to disagree. I love the idea of debate, but won't be disrespected. That won't happen. I got a button to cut you off. It's not hard. And I'll continue to talk. But I will not cut you off because I disagree with you. Mm-hmm. Please understand that. We've had people that call here before and said the same thing. Mark just said, no, Greta, we ain't on your side. We done found him guilty out there. Dude, you know that's not going to change me.
Right.
You know that. I'm going to be grailing because that's who y'all know.
And don't tell me what I said. That's the other thing. Because that is a hot trigger. Well, you said
no, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
That's not what I said.
That is not what I said.
Don't misconstrue. Don't formulate what it was that I said. Or if you're not sure, ask me to repeat what it was that I said. Even if I misspoke. I will clarify what it is that I said.
Not afraid of that either.
Not at all.
Because
it ain't
not
no
infallible.
Skin off my back.
It's really not.
It's not no skin off of my back for me to have said something that was incorrect.
And
but
we'll change it. Sorry about that. To give y'all the wrong information.
Yeah.
And keep on moving.
Yeah.
Because the truth gives me what I need. And it's my truth that I stand on. Again, it's my truth. That's how I see it. And that's how I walk through this thing every day. So when you see that dude optimist, you think I don't see this world? I do. I probably see it a lot clearly, more clear than a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been seeing it clearly from a little boy, which is how I know I was blessed with the gift of humor, because my insight was too clear for a little kid. I had to be given something to buttress it. So he blessed me with the sense of humor. But don't think I don't see this world.
Yeah.
Don't think I don't know exactly. Don't think I don't feel your pain, your frustration, your angst, your anxiety, and some of y'all, your resignation. I feel it all. But I can only walk through this life my way.
There you go.
It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to see you on the other side of the break.
I ain't scared of you.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Brian Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning.
Brother Jared, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass, bringing it to you right here. Yes, indeed. 504-582-9422 is the number right here on Free Your Mind Friday. Got it on your mind, you won't get it off your chest? Holla at your people, let us know what's going on. Good morning, Jonathan. What's happening?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Doing good, baby. And yourself?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. It's been a while since I talked to you and your co-host there.
Pleasure.
Kimber.
I know it's Free Your Mind Friday. And
it is that.
Something just came across my mind, and I just had to call in. It's something I've been thinking about over the last couple of days, but I happened to be driving down Canal Street this morning, and I don't know if you all talked about it yet or not. I'm joining a little bit late.
No, bro, go ahead. It's Free Your Mind Friday.
Yeah, you're right. Coming from Claiborne toward the river, when you get in the block, like right before Bourbon, I believe it is, I saw like these crosses standing up. I didn't count them, but it seemed to be double digits. So I'm assuming it's some sort of memorial to the folks that lost
15,
their lives.
Probably 15 so far.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing. And later on, I'm gonna go down there and just walk by so I can kind of see what they say, because they had some writings on them. Saw people taking pictures. But what I really called to talk about, free my mind on, man, the mayor of the city of New Orleans. I mean, and everybody knows this, but you think about it. The building collapse on Canal Street, the pandemic that followed, the other incidents that has happened, not to mention her own, personal things that she's been going through. I've been around long enough that I can remember when Moon Landrieu was the mayor of this city. That's how far back I can remember.
Okay, I'm with you.
Never in my life have I known of a mayor to have to deal with as much as this mayor has dealt with under her watch. And I mean, have whatever opinion you have about Mayor Cantrell, but the tremendous amount of pressure that lady has been put under throughout her tenure. Some may be, justified, some may not be, who knows. But to see how she's gone through all of that and still to be able to stand up, with some sort of strength in her voice and in her demeanor, man, that's incredible. And not just the city of New Orleans. I mean, across this country, I can't think of any other city that has gone through, not to mention the storms and stuff that we've had in between all of that other stuff. I mean, it's incredible, man. It is incredible. I don't know if she's working on her own memoirs or some professional writer has gotten with her, or maybe even a filmmaker, man. This is stuff of movies that this lady's, mayorship has been under since the time she walked in office, in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you for that,
it's
man.
Incredible, man. It's definitely something to think about. Like I said, it's not a promotion of Mayor.
No.
It's anything like that.
We appreciate that, man. Free Your Mind Friday.
Yes.
There you go. Thank you for that, Jonathan.
Oh, yeah. Happy New Year to y'all.
Happy New Year,
to
baby.
you.
Take it easy. I don't disagree at all. This has been a hell of 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do it better. Because you're going to get an opportunity.
The amount of things that she has been able to withstand. And I'm sure after she leaves office, as she should, turn off all devices, take her and her baby somewhere and shut the world out, mainly because she handled all of these different incidences while being under attack, both professionally and personally, because oftentimes while, we were talking about a situation with somebody and their personal behavior and how it lent into their professional behavior when we're speaking about the band director. But when we're talking about somebody who is leading leading this city on a world stage, not on just a local stage, on a world stage. We are the sister city to how many countries in Africa? How many countries in Europe? And the state is still trying to find a way. Yes, Kevin, the death of her husband, the fact that she has been tied to someone in her professional and personal lives that still has not been proven. That's the legalese that I was talking about. Have you been able to prove it? Nope. You just have conjecture and other opinions and ideas.
Which is why I was because
right. You were saying about the other. Yep.
I don't want to be a part of what we condemn.
Correct. So with that being said, there are some people within our community who are asking for things to be better, all while supporting people who are completely immersed in not seeing things be better for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I gotta give it. Don't worry, you get your chance coming up real soon, and I ain't wishing nothing on you, but I got a feeling that you have more than a few opportunities to exhibit some of the intestinal fortitude that the mayor has over the past 8 years. You have to stand strong in the face of adversity, or maybe not.
Or what old people say.
Or maybe you won't.
What old people say, if you know so much, come do it yourself.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. You're about to get the opportunity.
Much.
You're about to get the opportunity. And there's another old people saying that say, be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it.
You might.
So you will have plenty of opportunities, and you will see how it is to suffer the slings and arrows. Thanks, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
You get an opportunity to suffer the slings and arrows of public service, as it were, to get your thing done, right? That's what you want to do. You get your chance. And I wish all the best to whoever comes in and takes the helm of this city that is trying to be wrangled by so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to think that whoever you are, would stand strong and be a New Orleanian first. Because I will say this, for somebody that wasn't native, she fought for this city a whole lot harder than some of y'all fixed 7, 8, 10 generations back.
Ooh.
Did he say that? He sure
Ooh.
did.
You ain't wrong.
He sure did.
You ain't wrong.
Fought for this city like a soldier, you heard me? Soldier rag and all.
And regardless of
fought for the city.
How you feel about her actions that have been speculated about, the only thing that she has been elected to do is run this city. Keep your critiques there, unless we gonna open and peel back everybody's personal stuff. Because
one got nothing like that. Cut that out.
Biracial.
Don't worry about that, Bert. Listen, what you talking about biracial?
Biracial babies?
People jumped across that line years ago.
Well,
when the courthouse burned down there in San Bernardino, there was a B, then it turned into a W. Now, come on, Black. I've been in the game. Anyway, I would like to say that when everybody wanted the city to keep open, she stood up for the city and said, nope, we're going to shut it down. And got worldwide praise for that, which, of course, immediately made her enemy to the people in charge. The only praise you're supposed to get is the praise that we give you. And if you get praise from somebody else, you're doing something wrong.
You can't have it.
No, we got a problem with that. But anyway, even to this day, to this third day of January 2025, she ain't bowed down yet. No whom bow, right? And that's from somebody that's from Compton that has embraced this city and I think loves this city with every core of her being. And I think she has shown that, and I really don't care what you think.
I love that.
Because it's just what it is, because you'll get your chance. All of you who want to do, you will get your chance. You will get an opportunity to do so. So get up off the sidelines, put your hat in the ring, stand on your record, ask the people not the donors, for their vote and their support. Ask the people, not the donors, for their love, their prayers, and their actions to get you out on, to get them out on the street for your campaign. Let me see you do that. Now, if that's if you'd like to be on the sideline complaining, but some of y'all just might,
And the other thing I want
Might be
to
donors.
also, the other thing I want to raise about her, meaning Mayor Cantrell, having a senator, hillbilly, with a red cup, holding a conversation right next to her while she is standing at the microphone at the podium, addressing the nation, not just the city, really addressing the world, because all of those broadcasts hit everywhere.
Everywhere.
And have to check a senator for holding a conversation with a red cup and allegedly, what are you drinking out of red cup? Because the red cups are the happy cups. And in addition to that, sir, we know you hung over from the night before, allegedly. But why are you holding a conversation? You talk about loud commonness and all of the behaviors that you want to attribute to blackness and poor. You was acting just like that next to her. Like you don't have no cool. Ain't nobody told you when somebody else is talking, especially in a press conference, that you not holding no conversation. But you and your hillbilly friend, she had to address you on that.
That's good. That's good. I love that. Is an international thing, and you have just been made to look like a fool through your own doing. Please continue. Please don't stop. Because I trust the mayor. Mayor got hers. She don't need me to protect her.
All right.
She got hers. She can check you like she out the
But
six.
the fact that she had to,
don't matter, because that's
the fact that
he
she had to was a problem.
No, it's really not. Because again, you are making yourself look like an idiot. And I love that. I love that. I love the fact that you will stand there, a duly elected senator, one of 100 in these United States, and stand on a podium that is being shown to the world and act that ignorant. Congratulations. You almost got your Trump badge. But it doesn't help because you can't out-Trump Trump. He looks like Donald Trump. You look like an idiot. So no, boss, Senator, please continue. And all the rest of y'all who continue to throw bricks at the city about what was or was not done. You've done this before. We've seen this game plan. It didn't work during COVID. It didn't work during the rest of them. She checked y'all. I'm not worrying about it. I'm not worrying about it. Please do, boss. Please do. Don't stop. Try to interrupt her again. Do that again. Because you think it's endearing to the people who your constituents. But your party is not the only one watching this. Your party's not the only one watching this. People all around the world can see you, sir. But the only backlash to that is they look at this and say, how could y'all elect that?
Well, the whole world is saying that, looking at who is the president-elect for the nation.
Well, yeah,
but now
I was just looking at it
now
locally.
you're getting a deeper look.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't show up, this is a result of you not showing up to participate. And I'm gonna throw my vote away and vote for something else. And this is what you get.
I don't know if this is going to be the impetus to light a fire up under the change the next election. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think that the level of apathy that has settled into the collective consciousness is scary. Whatever.
Not the whatever.
10 people got killed, 15 people got whatever.
Oh, we're definitely at the point of just
that's apathy. Voting for whatever.
Yeah, we're definitely
and
that's
apathy. That's not that you just no, I'm not. I'm done. I'm over it. And that's scary because that opens the door to everything else. And then you've got to regroup After the people take over, you've seen fascists before. You've seen 1931 Berlin. You've seen Germany. You've seen this thing happen around the world. You've seen it. This is not the first time. So when the apathy gets to the point where the people in power start to really big brother you, then you get the resistance. Then you get the people who start to raise up. Then you have a revolution, and it starts all over again.
But why does that have to take so long?
Because people, you won't bounce back until you hit rock bottom, and you're not going to hit rock bottom until you just let it happen. Some of us don't have to hit rock bottom to know what's coming. Some of you do. Some of you do.
The
Because you got
craziness
people
for me
involved.
is like, I don't want to be at rock bottom. So I do things in my own life to not be at rock bottom. So I got to wait till you hit rock bottom to tip my situation over.
I'm not waiting.
I'm like it. No.
Nope. Not standing with you. If you on my team, if you in my village, if we can grow together, I'm with you. Anything short of that, you're by yourself. And that's family. Hey, that's on everything I hold dear. It's 20. I've been saying it from 2025 to 2029. Keep your head down and grind. Don't get distracted with this bull. Don't worry about who shot John, which housewife was pregnant for which NFL player who left the NHL player to marry a dude from the NBA. I don't care. It's bread and circuses. It's distractions from what you need to do. 25 to 29, you better get your grind on. Get your head down. Stop fussing. Stop arguing. Find your tribe. Find your people. Cow your money. Buy you some land. Buy you some property. Start you a business. You better own something between 25 and 29 or you will be owned. Nah. You need something to talk about at lunch? Go around and tell that. All right? That's what's up. You don't have time for this no more. You don't have time for this no more. You really don't. You can't see what's happening. Pelicans losing. Saints losing. You got nothing else to cause your distraction. See, nothing else. You can now concentrate on your community.
Yeah.
You can now concentrate on getting your stuff together. See, the Lord work in mysterious ways.
And who do you identify with as community is important
Your
to
tribe.
me.
Your tribe. I've been saying that. Don't go out all the way. Don't cast your net too wide in the beginning. Don't cast your net. Get 2 or 3. I'm telling you how you do it. You start small. How you eat elephant, Kimber?
One bite at a time.
Don't cast your net out too wide. Get your 1 or 2 people, cow your money together and start. Don't wait. Start. Put your money together. Sit down. Have a deal. Put it in writing. Trust each other. Pray on it. Research it. And go get it. And then start. And then work at it. The same way you get up and go to work for them people every day. The same way you get up and go do different things for the people. Take some of that energy and put it into yourself. Take some of that time and put it in yourself. I don't care what you do. That ain't for me to tell you. But do something. Do something. From 25 to 29 is your time. I'm telling you.
We have to really start deciding what it is that you want. Identify who's with you and not, what did you say? Situational?
I'm sorry.
Situational what?
Situational ethics.
Stop identifying yourself with people who are for that, or at least identify them and use them for what they can do, and stop letting them into your inner sanctum because they are breaking things from within the house. The call is coming from within the house. Pay attention. Vet people. People are saying that they are going through their due diligence in order to see who it is that they support. Y'all are not. Based on your actions, you are definitely not doing so. Start paying attention who you allowed into the inner spaces and into the inner operations on movements that we want to see happen for us. Yes, it would be nice to have allies, but allies their information needs to be restricted too, because what we've seen after having this conversation over the last year, and I'm saying the last year, from the gubernatorial race all the way through this now mayoral race that is revving up. Stop inviting people over to the cookout because they can sing good, they can talk the language, because oh, they seem to be cool. If their actions are not representative of what's going to help you, stop supporting them people. You ain't got to be rude. You ain't got to be ugly. You know, you ain't got to be flipping people off because you see who is, who you see who are not at your, like have your best interest, but stop giving them space in your inner workings. Because why do we don't have no leadership? Because we keep inviting people. We keep letting people in.
The first thing you do when you want to be a leader, let's go invite them people.
Right.
All right,
And
bye.
why?
I'm leaving. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Don't go nowhere, y'all. Stick and stay. Got to take this break, and we're going to see you on the other side of it.
Come and dance. Come and dance. Come and dance. Little soldier. What? Come on.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Brian Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
Brother Jared, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass right here. Y'all, it's the Front Porch for your mind Friday. Get your brass up. Got it on your mind. You won't get it off your chest in the new year. Mm-hmm. You know how you could do. Hit us up, 504-582-9422. Let us know what's happening. You heard me? Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, man. Great conversations today. I may have to give it to y'all. The start is a very nice way to start 2025. And I appreciate y'all giving us a call, letting us know what you think. And it's always good, man, to try to keep these thoughts going and try to see where we're going as a community and just discuss it, because I say the ugly stuff out loud. Start small.
Start small.
Start small, baby.
Small things within your family, right?
Within your family, within your church, sorority, your fraternity, what 3 or 4 people, and I'm not
your
talking
auxiliary
about
club.
Right. I'm
your
not talking about
crew.
a whole group, man. I'm talking about y'all sitting down and talking about money and the future, and I'm talking about ownership. I'm not talking about investing, which investing is cool, but this is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about ownership. I'm talking about buying either land or a business or something. If you cannot do it by yourself, find your people, find your tribe, talk to them, and be honest with each other. Be honest about the money, because it's the one thing that be killing us, man. Mm-hmm. We don't like to be honest. Get in if you can. If you can't, there's no shame in it. Because if I could do it by myself, I wouldn't be having this meeting.
We don't want to be honest with ourselves, therefore we're not honest with other people. That is really the thing. When we withhold truths from other people, we've already judged ourselves for what it was that we did. So when you tell somebody or somebody addresses you on something that is true about you, the first thing you want to do is get defensive, when in fact,
it's true.
It should be a pause.
It's true.
It should be a pause.
It's true.
Now, you can say,
damn, that's cold.
Yep. You can say
Boy,
that.
that hurt.
You can say that.
Oh, bro, damn.
But starting an argument on somebody who done pulled your card?
Bro, why would you? Because the truth hurt, don't it? Trust me, I know.
It does.
The truth, because I'm known as a truth teller. But I don't think it should be used as a weapon.
Yeah.
I think that it should be used to uplift, but sometimes you have to get knocked down to grow. You understand? That's why the breeze plays such an important role in the propagation of plant life, because plants break when you see them blowing in the breeze and you see them moving back and forth. That movement causes miniature breaks in the stem. And as those breaks happen, they grow back, which does what? Makes the stem stronger, so the plant grows higher. So the swaying of the plants in the breeze is not just pretty. It serves a purpose. And sometimes you might have to get knocked down or bent or broken to grow back stronger. But the getting knocked down, bent, or broken cannot stop you from trying. Mm-hmm. The idea of getting knocked down, bent, or broken, because I just tell you, look to the plants. They get broken all the time and they grow back stronger. Absolutely. So that's your shit. That's your job.
Happy New Year. Yes, it is. It is your job.
That's
and
your
also
job.
Responsibility of oneself. When
That's
people
right.
call you out for something that you've done,
take it for what it's
take
worth.
Take it for what it's worth.
The spirit.
And
the spirit that
also,
is sent there.
To people who call people out on things. You don't have to do it so ugly.
And
that's really what the reaction is oftentimes. I mean, sometimes you can say, hey, you know what? You can say it nicely and the person's still gonna be in their feelings about it. But oftentimes most people's reaction is because of the delivery of what it is that you're saying. Yeah.
Because you're stunned. You waited until it was 4 or 5 people around to tell me something I need to hear. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Now, if you want to tell me something I did good, then tell me in front of 4 or 5 people. Mm-hmm. You understand? But if you need to talk to me about something that is less than that, you need to pull me by myself, because I don't care what you thought your intention was or how well-intended you hoped you would be. To do that in front of a group of people is just wrong. To do that anyway except private
is wrong.
Is wrong. So, no, sometimes you got to check yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to check yourself because it's a lot of times supposedly good behavior is actually wrapped in a cloth of vindictiveness, small-minded behavior, manipulation, and get back, catch back.
Mm-hmm.
So no. You got, that's what I say from the beginning. Do you have a truth? Yours. That was the question.
Mm-hmm.
Got a bell ring for that one. Do you have one? Because if you don't have one, it's gonna be very hard to discern that in somebody else.
Thank you, Mark. And this is what we talked about yesterday. Losing the message in the delivery. You know what I'm saying? You can say things so kindly and so nicely that people miss out on what it is that you're talking about. You can say things so ugly that people turn you off because of what you're trying to. So, like, be mindful of how you deliver.
And what is it? Is it important that they get the message that you're trying to deliver, or is it more important for you to
get it off your chest?
There you go.
Because there's a difference. And two things can be true at the same time. But again, what is your goal?
I go back to Bill Cosby when y'all still loved him. When the Cosby Show was on, it was the episode when they brought the boy in and he asked him what he liked to eat. And the boy said a big steak and potatoes and all that, and with asparagus and this grilling, and I serve it to you on a garbage can top. You came to us on the garbage can top. That analogy has stuck with me because it's so beautiful. You suck the people and tell me what you want. You've got something good, but how did you bring it?
Yep. What was the package then?
What did you bring it in? How did you give that good thing that you had to the person that you wanted to offer it to? Did you put it on the garbage can top? Did you? Come on. You could tell me. Did you? Because sometimes y'all meant to put it on it. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Sometimes y'all meant to put it on. Come on now. Come on now.
Oh, you're cute for
you ain't
a black
as you used to be.
Hello? You cute for a black girl, or you speak so well. What am I supposed to be talking like ooga booga?
That's been my whole life. Where you from? I'm from Uptown. No, you can't. You're not from New Orleans.
And what does that say about what you're saying? What does that say about you?
Sorry, I'm a talk like this make you feel better, all right?
All of those different things, and for us, stop letting people do that to you. And on one final thing, when it comes to names, Tchaikovsky, Baryshnikov, give me another long white name. So Savarsky.
Crystals.
Yeah. If people can say all of those names, tell those people how to pronounce your name and see to that they do it. If they can say all of those names, make sure that they can say your name. If your name is LaKeisha, if your name is DeMonte, don't let them people give you the Scrabble word pronunciation or say, you know what, I'm just going to call you this. No, if you can say all of those different Scrabble words thrown together, you can say these things too.
Call me Tchaikovsky. Thank y'all for giving us 3 hours out of your lives that you'll never get back. And we certainly hope we've given you a little bit of something in return for the investment of your time. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Happy New Year, y'all.
Brother Jared, Brother Nyron, Brother Justin. Thank y'all. Good being here. Y'all practice riding the backs of kindness. Do something nice for somebody just because it's a nice thing to do. See if you got a truth for yourself and stand on it. It's 2025. See y'all on the flip.